G'day battlers, and today we're going to be diving into Medicham and how overpowered it gets when it gets up to level 50 in the Nightfall Cup. Before we get into it though, this is day 2 of Stevemas, the daily content train coming out the entire month, so if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe because there will be so much Silph content coming out this month. It will be insane. We'll also probably do a Holiday Cup meta simplified infographic as well, so yeah, definitely just subscribe and stay tuned. But yeah, now that all trainers have access to level 41 plus, we're going to be seeing some potential Medichams at level 50 in the Nightfall Cup. Now, it's worth noting that Medicham is really expensive to get up to level 50, and you're going to need a lot of XL candy to get it up there, so you might not even see like a single one this entire month, but someone can get out there, grind a Meditite nest, maybe like they live on a Meditite nest, they'll get so much XL candy and they'll have access to a level 50 Medicham. But the question is level 50 Medicham too OP? Does Silph need to ban it? Let's find out. So Medicham was already really good in this cup, was already number 3 on PvPoke before any level 50 shenanigans. So this is just the screenshot here with like key wins being Galarian Stunfisk, Shadow Victory Bell, which is a pretty close one, so I'm not really sure that would play out in reality. Swampert, which is another one that's like one turn different, Shadow Machamp, Lapras, but it really does have like just a wide range of matchups. It beats the normal types, it beats the ice types, it's got like Ice Punch, Dynamic Punch, Psychic, all sorts of things that can kind of just hit everything in this cup. For some sort of damage, so it can really just put the threat onto everything in the cup, which is a massive thing. Plus it's super bulky, but now it does have access to an extra 10 levels of bulk. And now on the new rankings, Medicham XL, so that is the level 50 Medicham, is now number 2 on the rankings. So Frostlass is still number 1, so obviously that's kind of suggesting that Medicham hasn't like completely broken the meta, shattered it open, but in saying that, Frostlass is one of the counters, it's like right there, so maybe the meta is broken. Let's take a look though, because the key wins are pretty similar. Galarian Stunfisk, Swampert, Victory Bell, Shadow, Venusaur, and Scrafty. Some of the different, but it's mostly just like Medicham's basically just gained stat product, so it's only just better. It hasn't lost any more matchups, it's only been able to pick up more, so it's probably short up those wins as well. Swampert's a little bit better, Shadow Victory Bell a little bit better, but yeah, let's take a look at the little like charts on PvPoke to see how many wins it's actually picked up. I'm going to have to go over there for a sec just so we can see this whole picture, so bye! But on the top here, we basically have the histograms from PvPoke against the entire Nightfall Cup meta. From left to right, we've got the 0 shield matchups here, the 1 shield matchups, and the 2 shield matchups. The top ones being level 40 Medicham, the bottom ones being level 50 Medicham. So we can kind of see here that it goes from 191 wins in the 0 shield to 212, 201 to 218, and 199 to 208. So it isn't like a massive shift, like it hasn't picked up the entirety of the meta. It's kind of picked it up from the low 70s, high 70s, high 70s to low 80s, low 80s, low 80s. So it's definitely improved it, but not by like a catastrophic amount. This is against the entire meta though, so let's take a look at the condensed meta for the Nightfall Cup that PvPoke has put together. And we can kind of get a better idea of how it's actually doing in this cup. So again, we've got the 0 shield, 1 shield, 2 shield. We go from 9 to 15, 13 to 16, and 15 to 17. So really good improvement in this 0 shield. You can see that lots of these are like really close losses, and they've just kind of tipped over into this win column. And these ones are fairly similar. It's just picking some stuff up. Like down here in the 2 shield, it's just picked up these matchups and pushed them over the line. And here it's kind of just, again, shifted a couple across. But interestingly, even though the previous level 40 Medicham was recommended to run with Ice Punch and Dynamic Punch, level 50 Medicham has actually got a different moveset recommendation. Let's take that into account. So with level 50 Medicham now running Ice Punch and Psychic compared to the previous Ice Punch Dynamic Punch of the level 40, we can see that it's actually picked up even more wins. So this has gone up to 19 wins now, 76% of the condensed meta in the 0 shield. In the 1 shield, it's up to 17 wins, 68%, only picked up 1 win. And it's actually lost a win in the 2 shield, so I guess like there is case for any sort of moveset, which is good because you do like to see some moveset variety, make some shield baits and whatnot. But basically, it's kind of just better. Like I do think you'd kind of prefer to have a little more ground game in these sorts of matchups than picking up one matchup here, just because down here you're more likely to get into these situations. You've only got 2 shields and you've got 3 Pokemon, so you can't always be using 2 shields on the 1 Pokemon just to win out, unless you've got like Shadow Victory Bell, then it's kind of like your entire strategy. But with this in mind, let's take a look at what Medicham is actually winning and losing against in the meta. And I'm back and still in dire need of a haircut. So the graphic we've got here is basically just a selection of the meta picks in the Nightfall Cup, and I've ordered it by how good or how bad the matchup is for level 50 Medicham in the one shield, so Wigglytuff is the worst and Bomb Snow is the best, but that's just like a random arbitrary order. What we can see here is we've got 0, 1, and 2 for each Pokemon here. Red means that Medicham is losing that shield matchup. So Articuno, for example, it's got 0 and 1 in red and then 2 in green. That's because Medicham loses the 0 and 1, and then the 2 shield it does win just because the counters have kind of been adding up at that point. It gets a lot of charge moves off, but yeah. So kind of running through the graphic really quick and kind of seeing this like Medicham doesn't like corner. We can see a lot of the sort of ghosts, flyers, Glade, the anti-fire, Shadow Victory Bell. We can see a lot of that sort of stuff going on. Whereas down here we have ice types that don't have the ghost typing with Frostlass, you know, Glare and Stunfisk, which you'd expect. Swampert does sneak in here because I did order it by that 1 shield, even though it doesn't lose the 0 and 2 shield, and the 1 shield was just like Medicham barely wins it by like 1 turn, so it is a really close one, but again, arbitrary. So I mean, kind of just looking at this, it doesn't seem like Medicham is overpowered at all in this cup. Like, even up to level 50, I was definitely worried myself. I was like, oh man, we're gonna, like, surely Silph is gonna have to ban this thing. But like, taking a look at the numbers now, it really doesn't seem like that much better than the level 40 Medicham, which I probably should have rigged up a graphic for that as well. But I didn't, so this is kind of just like, yeah, there is a whole lot of stuff that can counter Medicham. Frostlass winning in every shield scenario. Wigglytuff, every shield scenario. Noctowl wins in 1 shield. Glade wins in 2 of the shields, and that's like as soon as you burn 1. You know, Gliscor wins the 0 and 1. Articuno 0 and 1. Shadow Victory Bell is always there as an option that beats everything in the 2 shield except for like Articuno and Golbat. But hopefully this kind of put your mind at ease to just know that level 50 Medicham, it's fine. You don't need to be too worried about it. If you do see one on the other team, just know what you have to beat it. Make sure that your team has at least 2 Medicham counters. I'm thinking that Wigglytuff, Frostlass might both be making appearances on a lot of teams. Glade is another one that can kind of fill that same slot as Wigglytuff, so you can have that instead. Actually, I should probably mention that if you haven't already watched CO is a Beast's tournament sweep in his Nightfall Cup, early Nightfall Cup, you can click that link up there to watch that straight away. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about Medicham in this cup. It's fine, don't worry about it, like, it's all good. If you want to power up a level 50 Medicham, it is going to be better. It's going to pick up more wins, so power to you if you'd like to. I probably won't have access to the XL candy, but with that said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one. And we have a brand new thank you end card sort of image to keep the outros a little bit shorter, which I'm explicitly not doing this time by explaining that, but in the future, hopefully this outro is going to be a little bit quicker so that the YouTube algorithm doesn't dislike me as much. But yeah, thank you to our patrons, Meditite brajSF, Ben 10, or a new menu of SqeakyNL, charizardyong, PvPoke, and Evo, the newest Patreon of the bunch. And also thanks to Sadie P for the Twitch emote, Rated Footy from Maze for 500 subs, Oscalicious, PrimativeDoc, Melgood for the subs on Twitch. I'm thinking that maybe I might have to like stop reading them out, and I might just have this screen up the entire time I'm like doing the outro maybe. Like, yeah, just let me know kind of what you think. Specifically like the people on screen, because they would be the people that are like getting like shafted. But yeah, let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching. Merry Stevemas, and I'll see you in day 3 tomorrow. And obviously we are going off Australian time. The last one was uploaded like on December 1st. The next one will be December 2nd, that sort of deal. So, you know, there might not be an upload on December 31st in your time zone because that was covered by December 31st in my time. So I need to stop rambling. Okay, bye.